Well, the Doctor Who theme was just the tip of a very large iceberg of Delia's work. Somewhere below the waves is blue veils and golden sands. What are the elements that she used in that piece of music?
The lampshade is the kind of bell-like tone. The singing-like sound is Delia's voice, massively filtered and changed in pitch and cut and sort of sequenced on tape. Raw tones mixed up, all on separate pieces of tape and mixed together.
This is one of her great pieces, really, this,
yes.
Isn't it?
Yes, but you've all missed the point. What you've just heard is the sound of a Mirage.
It was called The Last Caravans, and it was part of the World About Us series for television.
It certainly sort of conjures up empty spaces and that little, the top of the dune when suddenly all the sand goes off the top, sails across, and out of it comes these ploddy camel feet.
In the mid-60s, Delia collaborated with the poet Barry Beaumonge on a sequence of radio programmes called Inventions for Radio. Here, she's created an ambient sound to back his recording of real people discussing the onset of old age.
My present age seems to go very slowly. And when I look back over the years, it seemed to have jumped very quickly. I can remember things that happened to me when I was 14 years of age, when I was 24, 34, 44. And I used to dread being 54. Now it comes to 64 and over, and it seems to get longer as the years go by. Time seems to spread out.
It seems to be going pretty fast with me. Maybe it's according to the condition that I'm in, how I feel at the time, but that's how it appears to me.
It seems to go very much quicker. I find time goes very, very fast.
It's going too quick.
Very, very fast indeed. I don't seem to get enough hours in the day to do all I want to do. I've never got time to do all my things.
I find time moves around quick. Since I've retired, I thought I was going to have a lazy time, but it's going too quick.
Weeks simply fly by.
Days seem to fly by.
Time passes very, very quick, right?
Time never worries me at all.
I don't seem no older now than I was 60 years ago.
Time passes away for me as long as I've got something to do to occupy my mind and keep on doing it. And time is nothing then.
The weeks go from Monday morning, you don't realise it. Then it's Saturday again. Time never hangs on for me. It never has done.
Some days it's a bit boring, but I don't think the time drags, not at all.
Maybe it's according to the condition that I'm in, how I feel at the time. It seems to be going pretty fast with me.
This is radio at its most pure.
I think it's absolutely fantastic. The voices, the editing is stunning, the way it's all put together. And the backing fits it totally, like a glove. It is that slow time dragging opening, the voice comes in over the top of it and you feel it drags a bit, and then suddenly it speeds up and the voice speeds up and they start talking about time again, and the way the backing just lifts you and pulls you through it.
But also for us listening to this years onward, it's like listening in on a séance or something. These people seem like ghosts, don't they?
Not when you're my age, they don't. No, listening to that again, and I did hear a lot of it while Delia and Barry were working on it, it suddenly occurred to me. I think I know what the sound is meant to be behind that. Apart from the obvious heartbeat, I think it's a sort of a very, very slow motion Westminster chime. Not the actual ding dong phrase, but the mellowness of the chiming of the notes. It's just like a big grandfather clock sort of going very, very slowly and time's passing away. I never thought of it that way before.
No, I hadn't, but you're quite right.
You see, Delia can get a rhythm out of the phraseology of the speech. Barry Beaumonge would never have said, let's repeat certain phrases here and there. Delia picked up on each of those characters' own rhythms and, juxtaposed them to give her the argument about it goes fast for me, and the bloke said, I don't think about time.
So she turned the voices of those people into music in the way that she did with the sound of something hitting a lampshade.
Yeah.
In 1971, Delia was asked to create the music for the centenary of the Institute of Electrical Engineers, the IEE.
I began by interpreting the actual letters, IEE 100, in two different ways. The first one in a Morse code version, using the Morse for IEE 100. This I found extremely dull rhythmically. And so I decided to use the full stops in between the I and the two E's, because the full stop has a nice sound to it. It goes di-da, di-da, di-da. I wanted to have, as well as a rhythmic motive, to have a musical motive running throughout the whole piece. And so I interpreted the letters again into musical terms. I becomes B, the E remains, and 100 I've used in the Roman form of C.
This is high theory, isn't it? We were talking about her analytical interest. This is maths transposed into music.
Music is maths. It's the one and the same. Music is basically can all be turned into simple mathematics. And it's really just a fluke of history, as amazing as evolution, that the perfect tuning is so close to equitempered tuning that we hardly notice the difference.
But there you can hear Delia describing her composition process, her thought process in incredible detail, and how every aspect of the composition, from rhythm to pitch to tone colour to timbre, is all mathematically derived. She's working everything out. And then, as she says, the aim is to produce something very simple and sweet sounding. And that was Delia all over. Start with this incredible analysis, a very complicated thought process, and then produce something utterly bewitching and utterly beguiling and utterly simple.